I was at my friend Dave's house meeting with a group of teenagers, and it happened. We'd been eating together out on his porch when the sky suddenly turned really nasty. We hustled inside just before the sky started dumping rain and thunder and lightning. Big time thunder, big time lightning, we're talking here. I wanted to continue our conversation under the dining room table, but no one wanted to join me there, so we went to the living room. Now, you may have heard that theory about the origin of the universe, the Big Bang. Well, we heard it right then and there. Not the one that started the universe, supposedly, but the one that knocked all the lights out. That lightning bolt had knocked out all the electrical power in the whole area, but were we in total darkness? Oh, no. My friend Dave's a bright boy. After the last hurricane in their area, he installed some emergency lights on a battery-powered system. So we had lights that reverted to internal power when everything else failed. I'm Ron Hutchcraft, and I want to have a word with you today about Stormproof Joy. The Old Testament prophet Habakkuk was a man who felt like all the lights had gone out. I mean, he was really struggling with events he didn't like, he didn't understand. His book opens with him asking a question many of us have asked at one time or another. How long, O Lord? He was having a hard time waiting for God to do what God was going to do. Nothing was going the way that Habakkuk had hoped it would. But his heart has totally changed by the end of the book. In Habakkuk 3:16, he says, "Yet I will wait patiently." He's taken hands off. He's finally quit trying to tell God how to run things. Now, and here's where he describes a situation like that stormy night at my friend's house when everything that might produce light had failed. Verse 17 says, "Though the fig tree does not bud, and there are no grapes on the vines, though the olive crop fail, and the fields produce no crops." Now, in a farming area, this is like total disaster. "Though there are no sheep in the pen, and no cattle in the stalls." Okay, we're talking here about the total triumph of Murphy's Law. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. Does that sound familiar at all? I mean, all the reasons for being happy seem to have failed. The lights of joy have gone out. Oh, though all the external sources of joy have failed, Habakkuk concludes, "Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God my Savior. The sovereign Lord is my strength." This man of God says, I have found a source of joy that is totally independent of how things are going, totally independent of my circumstances, and I am anchoring myself to the sovereign Lord who is totally in charge, whether it looks like it or not. I'm depending totally on my God, who is my Savior in this situation, on my Lord, who literally is my strength to handle this hard time. See, we're talking about like Murphy-proof joy here, a light that stays on when all the external sources fail. And as a result, quote, "the sovereign Lord enables me to go to the heights." By carrying me through this disastrous time, God has put me on a high place where I have the perspective to see the big picture, to see my personal situation, my personal history through God's eyes. So if your joy is attached to your circumstances, well, when the storm knocks them out, you're going to be in the dark. But if your joy is internally generated from an unshakable relationship with your awesome sovereign Lord, then you have light that will be there when every other light fails. It may be that a lot of lights have failed you in your life and you've never found the source of joy that resides in you and not around you. Well, that's Jesus Christ, who died to pay for every sin that keeps you out of God's love, out of God's kingdom, out of God's family. But if you'd like today to have that wall taken down, have Jesus move into the core of your very being with his unshakable peace and joy, well, go to our website and let us help you find a simple path that will take you in a matter of minutes into a personal relationship with God. Just go to anewstory.com. That's anewstory.com. You will find there, in Jesus, a joy you will never lose.